Good morning. This morning we are pulling some of our onions. We usually like to pull them all at once, but we have, from what it looks like, we have a lot of rain coming later today, and we're going through and pulling all the onions where their tops are already flopped over. Once they reach that stage, from what our experience is, if you get a lot of rain and they sit in moisture, they could start to rot. We haven't had any rotting yet, but we want to prevent that. There's no reason to leave them out here at that point. They're done growing. But we're leaving the ones that haven't flopped over in place to keep sizing up. So I can show you what we're looking for here. Like this one here, this top, it's kind of resting there. We actually missed it, but see how its top's kind of flopped over and it kind of kinks there? So at that point, this plant isn't going to size up or do anything more. So we just come through and pull them like this. These are a little bit smaller because they're in bunches, but this is actually a nice onion. It's easy to cut up. If you need one onion for a recipe, this is like the right size. If you have a huge onion, then you just have to use 1/4 of it and put the rest in the fridge. But these small ones, they store better, and at least from Haley's experience, they're nicer to use in the kitchen. So that's what we're doing. We're going through, pulling these. Any where their tops are flopped. See if there's any more. This one here looks like it. This one's just starting to. It hasn't like fully kinked, but you can see it's starting to. And you can always see what happens to, like, when it gets really wet. It's like when it's growing, it's not as much of an issue, but once it starts dying, like these layers, if you get moisture in behind here, it'll start to rot out. When they're in more the growth stage, you don't have those outside layers that will trap the moisture in. But once they flop over and start drying, these layers will kind of become a cavity for moisture to get in and hold the moisture and not dry out. So we want to get those out so they don't rot. And we're just putting them on the trailer here, and then we are taking them up to our drying house. And we're going to lay them out and let the curing process start. So that's what we're doing today. Trying to beat the weather. Till next time, eat well, live well.